RaceNuts Podcast, episode 17. Mate, big weekend.
Big weekend. Sydney happened. Hungary happened. A lot happened.
A lot happened.
A lot happened.
Fucking a lot happened, mate. Let's just jump straight into it. Hungarian Grand Prix.
Yep.
What a race.
What a race indeed. So this was actually, as you know, I don't watch every single one, but I already had an afternoon nap for our time Sunday. So it kicked off Sunday 11 o'clock for us. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going to watch the Grand Prix. You know, I knew McLaren were 1-2 through qualifying. But I didn't expect the whole race to go as it did. So we qualified, top three qualification, plus Daniel Ricciardo there.
Yep, Lando on pole, Oscar Piastri second, Max P3, Ricciardo 9th.
Yep.
Second highest Red Bull out of the four.
Right. Yeah, he would be because Yuki and Perez. Perez shit the bed in qualifying, didn't he? I believe I saw.
Bro, he wrote the car off for Q1.
He wrote his contract off too, doing that.
Yeah. Well, as we discussed last time, his contract's got to be within 100 points of the season break, which is the next round, and not the skip four, but he's not even currently in the top three.
Oh, okay. I was about to look it up, like exactly where.
Yeah, it's mathematically impossible now, which I mean, it's mathematically. It's over. It's over.
He's done. Yeah. Enjoy your last race this weekend coming, and that's it.
Enjoy Haas.
Yeah. Enjoy Haas.
It's back to Alpine for you.
Yeah, fucking oath.
So we'll jump to race start. Oscar's aiming for Max. Lando's aiming for Max. Max is aiming for Lando. They both sort of run each other wide. Max runs wide, takes position. Oscar just sort of just goes underneath him and fucks off, you know. Well,
Lando did straight off the line cut across to Oscar to try to put him against the pit wall there. That backfired because I think just a lot really started to happen for the top three in that corner. And as you said, they all start to run off wide and shit, and Oscar then just
Max
settles into rhythm.
Max takes that position in a second, and then it's under investigation, and Red Bull's like, give it back.
Yeah, just save the trouble.
We're going to cop 10 seconds, just give the fucker back. And that pretty much is the president of the race where Oscar gets good pace through the first stage. He's already saving tyres. He's telling lap 2 to start saving tyres. Where Lando's a little bit under threat from Max and from Lewis. So the team give the undercut at Hungary has always been very strong.
Yep.
The team give Lando the undercut right for the first stops to help cover off from Verstappen.
No, that was Hamilton. They were saying to help cover from Hamilton.
And then nearing the second stops, Oscar has to deal with some traffic. That drops his delta, his gap from Lando from about 4 seconds to about 3 seconds, and then for a couple of corners after he overtakes Ocon under blue flags, he runs really wide and pretty much gets stuck with the two of the most high-speed corners with pretty much dirty tyres, which drops the gap from down to about 1.5 seconds.
Yeah.
They boxed Lando first to cover off from the cars behind, which would put Lando in front of Oscar.
Yeah.
Sure enough, Oscar boxes the next lap. He comes out about 3 seconds behind Lando. Lando's got fresh air because Oscar's got to cover some blue flags between there and then. And the whole thing, McLaren's on the radio going like, don't worry, Oscar.
Yeah, we've done this. We're going to protect your position.
Yeah, Lando's going to give it back. They're radioing Lando, righto.
Save your tyres.
saving tyres. We've got 10 seconds in hand from Oscar to Lewis. Reinstate the positions.
Yeah.
And nothing.
This was like, I think it's
This was
a
lap
70 lap race in total.
50 of 71.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's quite early on that they
it's
say,
coming,
hey,
it's coming. It's beginning of the stint.
yeah.
The final stint. It's coming to an end.
Yeah.
And then, like, Lando's got the afterburners on, so he's just building that gap up.
Yeah.
And Oscar's following team orders as he should be. He knows that if he gasses it up, he's not gonna catch Lando without destroying his own tyres.
Yeah.
But this goes back and forth. They're telling Lando to remember the team meeting, which would have been the standard pre-race meeting of, well, if this happens, is the scenario we're gonna do.
Yeah.
They're reminding him that Oscar took the less ultimate strategy to help him.
Yeah, and they did sound quite desperate as well over the radio messages when they were talking. Like, as it gets later and later, they go from, all right, we're saving tyres, turn 9, 10, 11, whatever. These are where we feel like you're burning up your rear tyres. And that's to save Lando's tyres, but two, I think the bigger reason is to slow him down.
Yeah, no, it was 100% to slow him down.
Yeah.
And then they start with this, look, we want to win championships. We can't win the championships with one car. We need both cars on board.
Yeah, and I believe a direct quote is for that, in reference to that, was Lando, when you need Oscar to win a championship, you can't do it without him.
Yeah. So, and we're in the group chat texting each other going like, they fucked him.
Yeah.
Oscar's fucked off. Lando's fucked off. They fucked him.
Yeah.
I want to say it was lap 68-ish that finally Lando pulls off on the main straight and slows right down to let Oscar retake the lead.
Yep.
And that's pretty much we think that's the end of the drama. Meanwhile, back and forth position. Max has been we can't forget about Max has been pissing and whinging on the radio.
Yeah, since
whole second half of the race.
Oh, even he got shitty from the first first lap.
Trying to get the position back, yeah.
Yeah, he got shitty from there, so I think it was just a real thing of him just growing with anger.
Yeah, he had his engineer, because he was pissed when he got car shit,
strategy shit. Yeah.
All this other crap. His engineers on the radio going, this is childish, don't worry about it, we'll discuss it in the pits.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. And then he's got a little bit of pace up his hands, and he finds poor old Lewis just struggling on third, and Max really wants that.
Yeah.
And he has a crack at turn 1, doesn't make it happen.
Well, I believe they were blue flag was amongst it too. Which complicated things.
We had a couple laps because the second lap he got it done, but then Lewis got it back on the switchback with turn 2. Or turn 2, turn 3. I think that's probably when the blue flag came into play because they were running down to turn 4, and for some reason it couldn't happen there. And then the third crack at it, it happens. Max tries to cut up the inside of a corner he was never going to make.
No.
Even without Lewis there, he was never going to make that corner. It's Max's rear left contact to Lewis's front right. Lewis's car is pretty much undamaged. Max gets launched into the stratosphere for a short moment. Max, he did manage to recover and came back 5th, where he could have had 4th.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a silly weekend for Max.
Yeah, well, I saw a lot of things that he was doing his sim racing at night and shit like that.
Oh, Crofty, did you hear Crofty's boomer talk about that?
Oh, I saw that. It was. Oh yeah, he was like saying shit like he sounds like someone who's done a full night of sim racing and hasn't slept well and all this shit.
Yeah, it gives me flashbacks to when I was doing my license.
Yeah.
When I was on my learners and I was in the car with my grandfather, and I guess I was driving not to his liking, and his first words when we got out of the car was, You're getting rid of that fucking steering wheel in your bedroom. It's teaching you bad habits. I'm sitting there going, it's teaching me Formula 1. Don't know how it's teaching me how to drive a Hilux poorly. Reality 100% fucking was. I was trying to do heel and toe and all kinds of stupid shit.
But
that's
hey,
not the point.
The old Luxy managed it, so that's alright.
Yeah. Anyway, that's how the Grand Prix ends. Oscar Piastri, the 5th Australian to claim a Grand Prix victory.
Fucking on him. It was only a matter of time for someone of his pure
100%
caliber
was.
and cucumber coolness
previous
how
to
it's
this,
described.
Previous to this, it's his 34th Grand Prix. This was his 35th Grand Prix start.
Yeah.
Previous to this, he had 4 podiums, 2 sprint race podiums, and a sprint race win.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's no surprise that this happened.
Yeah. With the way McLaren's developing and his fucking getting more and more seat time.
And when you think about, like, obviously, like, the days of Jack Brabham and Alan Jones are a little bit hard to put together because, like, it was such a weird time back then. But if you look at, like, Mark Webber, don't think he got his first podium until, at least his 3rd or 4th season, 5th season maybe. Definitely didn't get his first win until well into his career at Red Bull. Ricciardo didn't get his first podium and win until his arguably 4th year, if you count his half a season with HRT, again with Red Bull in 2014.
Yeah.
So, only 35 races in. It's his 2nd season, and he's achieved everything but a pole on a championship.
Mm.
So, that's good. Lando brings it home, gutfully for 2nd. Lewis Hamilton, 200th podium.
Yeah.
For his 3rd place position.
And he was very relaxed about it. Like, we could see in the cool-down room, too, is Lewis was just... I'd say he was definitely the most relaxed out of the two. He said to Lando, you guys got a fast car. And then Lando had said back, you had a fast car 7 years ago. And I think that took Hamilton back a bit because it was just like saying, oh yeah, fucking good on you guys. Like, your team has put together a good car for you. And that's, I think, also because of Lewis Hamilton's history with McLaren. So he's got that little bit of link in that sense. He's maybe a bit more fond because that's where he started out.
11 years ago, you joined Mercedes in 2014.
Yeah, so he's got he links a bit of his first championship and all that with McLaren. So
you know what's crazy? I was saying last episode it was 17 years, 27 days between his first win. So his first win was mid-June 2007 at Canada. Bro, think about where the fuck were you in 2007?
I was like grade 3 or some shit. Yeah.
I would have been about the same, so...
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking about in my head going like just thinking about all my cousins going like, only one of my cousins existed before Lewis Hamilton won his first Grand Prix.
Damn.
Like shit like this.
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, that is a weird
Oscar Piastri was 5. No, bad maths. 6. 6. So,
Fuck. Yeah.
But geez, mate, the Poms are pissed. The Poms are not happy. Look, you jump in socials. Look, you can tell the difference between Poms / people that did not watch the full fucking race.
Yeah, full race and understand what was happening.
Or that / understand how a race works.
Mm.
So, and I'll just drop the cable. Let me check that, yep. So that's the battle I've been for 2 days. It's just, he was not the rightful winner, he didn't deserve the win, blah, blah, blah. It was handed to him. Mate. He had the fucking lead for 50 laps. The only reason Lando even was close to him because the team put him on the ultimate strategy. At no point in that whole race, including that bit where Oscar lost a heap of time before the second round pit stops where it dropped down to about 1.3 before Oscar began to open the gap again, was Lando a general risk of taking on Oscar.
Yeah.
So this whole shit I've handed to him, he didn't deserve bullshit. The only reason Lando had any fucking chance of winning
Opportunity,
the race is because the team sort of fucked over Piastri with the idea of swapping them back around correctly.
Yeah.
One thing that threw me most, I saw a post from like ESPN, whatever it is. It was a picture of Ricciardo's win with Lando.
Yeah.
And Oscar's win with Lando. And it was like 3 years between McLaren's last 1-2 and both with Australians.
Yeah.
And both with Lando second.
Yeah.
Top comments like, so both race wins were handed to him. I'm like, how? The fuck you on about? They told Lando not to overtake Ricciardo. I was like, same thing. Before the safety car that ended the Italian Grand Prix, when I think like Kevin Magnussen's Haas imploded, can't remember. Not the point really. But the only reason that Lando was even closer was because there was a safety car.
Yeah.
And for the last 3 laps of the race, they said, we're just going to bring the cars home.
Yeah.
But prior
Just
to that,
in order, bring them home.
Yeah, prior to that, the gap was like 25 seconds.
Yeah.
So,
like, when you go up to F1, a lot of people seem to forget it's not the most pure form of racing. There's a lot bigger things at play than what's happening on track, and that's what everyone is saying, what's happening on track. There's the strategy, which is on track, obviously, but there's the whole team behind it and people trying to keep other people happy, which you're not going to keep everyone happy, but...
Speaking of keeping people happy, so obviously Oscar is mentored and managed by Mark Webber. The absolute PTSD he must have been having during this race.
Yeah.
Because obviously Malaysia 2013, multi-21 Seb, multi-21.
Yeah.
Literally the exact same scenario, except the team didn't stop Sebastian Vettel in front of him. Sebastian Vettel just didn't turn down the car. And he was told not to worry about Seb because Seb was holding station, and then Seb just blew past Webber.
Yeah.
And then by the time Webber turned the car back up into fight mode, it was too little too late. He'd fucked off. So I have a mental image in the back of my head of just Mark Webber in the back of the McLaren garage with spanners. Just ready to smash up someone.
Yeah.
If he sees his boy suffer his fate.
Oh, fuck.
Mate,
yeah.
if you want to feel some tension, go back to that. Like, I did this a while ago when I was doing some research for some reason. Go read articles from that time. You can feel the tension in Red Bull.
Yeah.
Just through the articles.
That's fucked.
So, yeah, mate. Any last thoughts before we leave Hungary?
Not really. I reckon we summed it all up, but fucking go Oscar. Fucking. It was a good win, and one thing I did see though was he apologized for it. He felt like he had made the win seem harder than it should have been. He didn't have to apologize. That's my final thought was he didn't have to apologize. He played the fucking best teammate he could.
Yeah.
And because Lando decided to fucking try to cut everyone off on the first lap and lost out and completely lost any pace, and Oscar just made hay. It's just... No, he didn't have to apologise, but it's good he fucking got the win, and fuck you, Lando, for doing it to, 3 laps before the end. So if there was a safety car, you would have had the win.
Yeah. There's, what was I going to say? Shit. Definitely, the only disappointing about it is as time will go on, no one, well, I will remember because I've got nothing better to do, but no one will remember the strategy play out of this. They'll just remember the Lando pullover.
Yeah. That's the one message that's going to be ringing through everyone's fucking social feeds and shit.
Yeah, it's just going to taint the memory, even though it's total bullshit. Just be one of those things.
Yeah.
It's like one of the back to me ranting about idiots on Facebook. One of the worst takes I saw this whole fucking thing, and I've seen a lot of bad ones. I sort of searched for them, but one of the worst fucking takes I saw this was someone going, "Oh, Lando just proved he can't be world champion. He doesn't have the killer instinct."
I saw that too.
And I was like, and I read one of the replies to it going like, how by not being a total prick.
Yeah.
And he goes, not the first time. Remember a bloke called Sebastian Vettel? He went on to be a 4-time world champion. And he showed Mark Webber, who's boss. I was like, Okay, Multi 21 happened when Sebastian Vettel was already a 3-time world champion, well on his way to becoming claiming his 4th title.
Yeah.
Very different from where Lando Norris is in his championship, both in his championship fight with Max, which is pretty much non-existent.
Yeah.
And where he hasn't already won titles. He might not win a title. This whole shit is very different from the diva bullshit we used to see out of Seb during the Red Bull days.
Yeah.
So really, I think that's just about it. Just see Oscar hold still his trophy when Lando went to smash the
Yeah, I did.
the
Yeah.
champagne.
He obviously learnt last time he watched Lando up there.
I will say this too. Listening to the Racers podcast, obviously their journos on the ground. And they were saying, in the bullpen after the race and talking to McLaren, it seemed like they were really trying to, including Lando, was really trying to roll back the whole thing of Lando not giving it back. Because Lando sounds like, I was always going to give it back. I just wanted a good opportunity, blah blah. And he's sitting there like, sure.
If he was gonna,
he didn't want to.
He could have done it fucking straight away. Like, build a bit more of a gap. Sure, go for 5 laps in the lead. Who cares? Throw that on your stat sheet. But after that, give it back to Piastri, and then the team might say, have at it, boys. Who cares? Just don't write your cars off. We need them next weekend.
Yes.
He could have done it like that. And then, if Oscar lost, Oscar lost. If Lando won, he won. There's no two ways about it. It was about better car driver on track, and 2 laps difference in the tyres, which can be a lot, but in the big picture, it's nothing. So.
Well, we'll move on to Sydney then.
Fuck you, Lando. All right, let's go.
Lando.
Fuck you, Lando.
Sydney Super Night.
Yes.
Surprisingly good race.
Yeah, both races. I think I fell asleep more during the fucking Sunday one, but
yeah, the
I
Sunday
think I
one
was
pretty standard.
bit of a snooze fest.
But Saturday, under full lights, we had that really interesting opening where the drivers came out real Vegas style, and then we had a bit of a
bit of pyro going on behind them and shit down a red carpet,
and then a Le Mans styled start where the cars drove off the grid,
the pit wall. Yeah,
which would have been awesome if they didn't then also sit on the grid for another 15 minutes after that. Like if they just left like that and then did the formation start go, that would have been awesome. But and David Reynolds being a dickhead, but that's not the point. Qualifying for championship race 15, Cam Waters took out the pole position.
Yeah, he's fucking quick in qualifying, young Cam.
Yep, alongside him teammate Thomas Randall, securing a Tickwood front row. First time they've done that in Sydney, and I think the first time since 2016.
15, yeah, around that time period.
Yeah. And then P3, Chaz Mostert, the championship leader, Will Brown, I think was 11th, something like that. Not a bad weekend really for Red Bull. But overall, good race. Not a lot of carnage. I think David Reynolds got spun around at one point. Just more bumping and rubbing. I think Frosty and what's his name, Macaulay Jones went off at 10-1.
Yep.
After Frosty just sort of missed his brake marker a little bit and gave Jones a bit of a love tap, and they both ran into the grass. But the big story of this race is Matt Payne. Everyone else went on the two-stop. Matt Payne went for a one-stop strategy. Really ran those tires out long. Had the lead with 15 laps to go with about a 10-second gap. He was routed in pretty quickly by Chaz Mostert with 5 laps to go, but managed to hold off Thomas Randall.
Yep.
To claim another podium of the year. So Matt Payne's really having a good year.
He's having a great year and putting Stanaway to shame. Same car, probably share a bit of data and setup between them.
Yeah, they would
have. They would be, but maybe Matt Payne's team's holding a bit back because they are so competitive on that side of the garage.
Nah, it would be all wide open.
You reckon?
Yeah, no, it would have to be. That and I don't know. I almost got mixed up with Premier.
No, you're right.
So that was Thomas Randall's first podium of the year too.
Yep.
So,
good on him.
Yeah, good.
Fucking first one since Adelaide, I believe. Last year, the Bend. Does that sound right?
Bend. It was definitely Bend.
Yeah.
And then moving on to the Sunday race, championship race 16, Will Davison takes pole position. He's first in the Gen 3 era. Chaz Mostert follows him up close behind in second, and Nick Percat takes the second row in his Matson Racing Camaro. So Matson Racing really inconsistent, but when they are good, they are up there.
They are, yeah. Once they get that set up right, they're laughing. They just, as you said, when they're good, they're good. They're not they're top 8 good, I would say, is their general kind of thereabouts when they're good. They aren't exactly top 3 good, but top 8, they have a strong outing.
Yeah. But in terms of the race, not a whole lot to say. Real masterclass, really, from Chaz Mostert in race 16 and this weekend. Just got the jump early. I think he got past Will on the second or third lap. And that was it. He just ran away with that lead for the rest of the race. So Cam Waters managed to recover the second. And Will Brown, which I think Will qualified, I want to say 8th.
Yeah.
He came back for a podium, so reclaiming some of his lost points. Matt Payne, while he didn't make the podium this time around, again started, I want to say 15th or 16th for race 16. They played a longer strategy because they had that spare set of tyres from the night prior.
Yeah.
And he recovered to, I want to say, 5th.
That is, once again, he's just proven his pure value there.
100%. So, yeah, my big takeaways from this weekend is obviously stellar from Matt Payne. Really showing some form there from Grove Racing. The championship fight is generally on now.
Yeah.
The gap is now, Chaz has taken to second, and the gap is now 105 points.
With about 1,500 points left in the season too.
Yeah, so it's definitely, and you're going to have a Bath versus 300.
Yeah.
He has 300 each.
Yeah, and Chaz has a strong co-driver in Lee Holdsworth, so...
Yeah, proven Bathurst winners, that they've always been a great match, so...
Yeah.
Look, championships can be won and lost at Bathurst in this modern era.
Yep, absolutely.
And, yeah, big weekend for Chaz. Obviously, claiming 2 back-to-back wins. That's the first time he's ever locked out an entire weekend. It's the first time since 2014 he's won 2 back-to-back consecutive races.
That's a good run. That's really good. He had good form too. He didn't do it lightly. He just blasted.
There was no trigger. There was no safety car. There was no major DNFs. There was no real faults from the people around him. He just got it done on track.
Yeah, absolutely. Not so many cheeseburgers this time around either.
Nah.
A lot less overtakes happening.
Well, you can do that when you don't fuck up qualifying.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts before we leave Sydney, mate?
It'd have to be the best Sydney round I've seen. Easy.
Agreed.
Like, I know I normally bitch and complain about it, but
No, you should fuck
it
Sydney.
was
Track sucks.
yeah. The best racing Sydney has seen, I think, for a while, couple of years, maybe 3-4 years since I've been watching it. There's probably way better races that have happened at Eastern Creek, but yeah, from what I know, that's the best I've seen.
Agreed. Unless you're one of those people that didn't get to see because it was on Channel 7, and to that I say, get KO.
You know what
It's been 10 years, champ. Just get KO.
I've when I was flicking on KO to watch F1 that night. Now I don't know what it was for, but I did see, because it was just on Channel 7 already, but it just automatically went to. It showed me that it had the Repco Supercars highlights on at 12:30 a.m. So
Yeah.
if you're ever complaining about not having free to air Supercars, it's on at 12:30 a.m. Sunday nights on Channel 7. So there's your free to air.
I remember a cursed time in my life when trying to watch Formula 1 when I was getting back into that properly, and besides Australian Grand Prix, there was no way to watch races live. So you had the choice of, you can watch the 5-minute the 5-minute highlight reel,
Yeah.
or you could wait for the 1 hour highlight at 12 o'clock 12 o'clock Tuesday morning on Channel 10. Which I used to do that a fair bit. Like, I would purposely avoid the results
Yeah.
as much as I could, so I could at least pretend I was watching it live for an hour on Channel 10.
That's right.
And then KO launched and my life changed forever.
Yeah. Fucking oath. KO's bloody good.
It is good. And all free to wear, bro. No one wants all free to wear. It's ads. The quality sucks. Just sucks. It's $35. Just get KO.
Shit, we'll set your fucking KO up for you.
No, don't.
Not paying for it.
Don't. We cannot stress. We will not pay for it.
Yeah, we won't pay for it, but bloody hell, we'll come and IT it.
What makes me laugh though is every now and then you'll see a post where people complain about how shit KO is. Like, oh, it always just stops and starts, and people just going, mine's fine, dude. It sure it's not you. The funniest one I remember seeing, and someone full posters in the supercar group, going like, KO's a crock of shit. Flick over the Channel 7. You see the race isn't even live. KO's an hour behind. And everyone's going like, I think you're just gonna hit live, mate. You're probably watching a replay.
Yeah, you're watching what's already happened.
Yeah. We'll jump in the news, mate.
Yep, I believe you're starting us off with the first article.
Yes. Indigestion has got me again.
He's back, baby.
Never left. First one off the first cab off the rank. Single seater ace. Plot supercar switch. So this is from Speed Caf by journalist Simon Chapman.
Yeah.
So S5000 racer. I'm gonna fuck this up. Caleb. Shit. Nagato? No, it's not. Nagato. He's New Zealand, so I presume that's something possibly along Maori lines, but I'm not even going to try and pronounce it properly. No, yeah. Nagato.
Just stop. Just go on with the story.
Well, that's his fucking name. If I can't say it, at least I can do is spell it.
Okay.
So Caleb's an S5000 race winner. Obviously, they're not racing this year, and
never again.
Yeah, they might not come back. I know about super cheap deals, Speedcaf. I'm aware of it. Piss off. So he's been sussing out a Super 2 drive. He's already done a few laps with Walkinshaw and Andretti in one of their BZ Commodores. But now he's done a few laps at Sydney on the Monday in one of Premier's actual Camaros. So he's looking to be pretty firm for a seat in their Super 2 program next year. Nothing's guaranteed or confirmed, but that's that's something cool that he's looking to jump across from open seats to
Tin Tops.
Tin Tops. Apparently, he's very close friends with Matt Payne and Ryan Wood, which makes a lot of sense. Obviously, very very small racing community over in NZ. So yeah.
Beautiful. Well, taking us to, I guess, single-seaters, we got Brad Jenner, 5-time Australian karting champion, is cleaned up his title this year at the last round. It was held at Coffs Harbour in the X30 category. And this was, as I said, his 5th title. And along with his social media post, I believe it was, saying, fucking stellar job, we got the championship. He just said, this will make for a good last one. And so he'll be, I think he'll be finishing up his Australian karting after this year, but I imagine he will still be doing club karting too, like going forward after that, because it's hard to hang up the boots fully unless he's got other things going on. But this article from Speed Cafe doesn't disclose that, but just from being amongst the community a bit, I think he would just be stop travelling around Australia so much. He might just do state rounds and stuff, and a lot more casual operation. So he's got a 105-point advantage, with the final event to be conducted September 1st and 2nd at Melbourne's Oakley circuit. He has enough points not to be beaten, so that's how he's won the title. He's just consistently done well, and he's just, he can't be beaten. Mathematically can't be beaten, so they can get as close as they want. He's part of Percat's team this year, so JND Racing, which was also put together with renowned karters Jake Spencer and Daniel Rochford. I'm not sure how to pronounce that one. Percat just couldn't be there because he... Percat just couldn't be there because he was too busy driving a fucking V8 supercar at Sydney. So it was all happening in the same weekend. But that's it. This article does have a lot of detail, but when I was pre-reading it before, my mind just shit the bed because it starts talking about, it felt like everyone in the fucking whole world. So I lost my line with it a bit, but so Brad Jenner's calling it, and
Oh, that's good. Solid effort.
Yeah,
I'll jump into
absolutely.
my final story of the evening. This is actually how Grove avoid a penalty for a spinning wheel. So in race 16, the Sunday race, during the pit stop for Richie Stanaway, the rear wheels spun up. This is normally a pretty slam dunk penalty sort of thing. It's a massive no-no to have the rear wheels spin under its own power while the car is in the air during a pit stop. However, so that they took it to a post-race investigation where the team proved and showed that the line locker that's responsible for locking the rear brakes during pit stops and the start procedure.
Yeah.
Because they don't have handbrakes, actually failed.
Okay.
And that, along with the fact that it's a control part supplied by supercars, and it is the identical mechanism across all 25 regular cars.
Yep.
The stewards found there was no reason to apply a penalty, and it was just not all the team's fault.
Yeah.
So that's
that's good.
That's
they had that.
Good stewarding. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'll take us across to Perth, Perth Motorplex. We've got some big American, I don't know, people, race car drivers coming across. Kyle Larson. So Kyle Larson is part of High Limit Racing, and they're looking for the event that they're running, which runs over 3 days. The winner of the finale, so it doesn't matter how good you do in heats or anything like that exactly, but the finale is $100,000 payday if you win that.
Fuck
And
yeah.
and that is the first 6-figure payday that Australian sprint cars have seen.
That's
So
crazy. That's crazy. That's a home loan in Seymour.
yeah, and it would be pretty funny as well if they had it $100 and then it just blows up to like 130,000 here or more.
I'm just going through some of his obviously he's a well-known NASCAR driver.
Yes, yeah.
I'm just going through some of his stats. 27 Cup wins, 175 top 10s, 21 pole positions.
So it gets around.
He gets around. It just says best finish in 2021 was first. I'm assuming that's the championship.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. So he won the 2021 championship. And obviously done a heap of other stuff, just, what the Americans are like. But yeah, that's the big thing. 2021 NASCAR champion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's known. They do have that the event will be streamed exclusively on Flow Racing. So that's spelled FLO Racing.
What you're telling me is another motorsport event that is not on fucking free-to-air TV.
Yeah, I am telling you that. And that's like Flow Racing, one word, without the W in Flow. So you can figure that out and get a subscription, I imagine. And yeah, they're just excited to have it. Did I read when this event will actually be held?
I think it's in December, from when I had a scan.
Oh, yep, here we go. December 28th to 30th. So that's straight to New Year's and all that.
That's probably the only time. Well, that's their winter, so that's the only time where everything really shuts down.
Yeah.
On the northern side.
Yeah, so that'll be a bit of Boxing Day stuff. A bit of... They'll actually get pretty good numbers considering everyone won't be working at that time of year here. So I imagine a big turn up.
And you're in Perth, like what else is to do? We go to the islands to the Quackers, which sure that feels half a day.
Yeah.
You go to Motorsport Museum, that's pretty good. That feels half a day. Really, there's one day of stuff to do in Perth.
Yeah.
So, like, if you live there, what else you gonna do? You might as well just watch, Carl Larson driving.
Yeah. Might as well. See if you can beat the hordes of people around him and get a signature or something.
100%. Bit of silly season news before we roll into the championship standings. And actually, this was a bit of a race night exclusive. We got onto this before anyone else did. James Corney has announced that he is retiring at the end of the 2025 season.
I've noticed on these notes here, you've put an asterisk next to that.
Yes,
is there a particular reason for that?
Because, the whole story of this is he's doing real estate, which is surprisingly not that uncommon with supercar drivers as like a second career they do. I think Lee Holdsworth is doing the exact same. Doing real estate. So he's just announced that he's doing real estate and he's signed up with some mob up on the Gold Coast where he lives.
Yeah.
So he's doing an interview with Channel 9 Gold Coast about his new real... Because obviously they're using it as a big PR thing.
Yeah.
And I guess the interview with Channel 9 just asked, how's it going to go with your racing? And he goes, well, I'll finish off this year with Blanchard, and then I'll finish off next year, and then I'll call it a day for me full-time racing. So technically you can say Channel 9 had it before us, but Channel 9 also showed a video of Slade driving the Cool Drive car from 2 years ago. So I really don't realise they knew what gold they had on their hands. So I saw this at like 8:30 at night. made the graphic, just pumped it out. So we had the exclusive on this. We were the first, but like I got up in the morning, 9:30, the Absolute was picking it up.
Yeah.
Fucking 10 o'clock, Speed Calf, Auto Action. Mate, we bet them all. We
Yeah.
actually had the fucking exclusive on this. Because Channel 9 did nothing with it. But
Yeah,
so that happens, what I say, Wednesday-ish? Maybe Tuesday?
Yeah.
But then during the broadcast where Courtney's a little bit like, oh, it was accidental. I didn't really mean to announce my retirement. And
Tough titties, mate.
yeah, tough. We've already made the graphic, champ.
Yeah. It's already out there that you're retiring. Don't make us take it down.
So he didn't like completely roll it back and say it was untrue. He goes, oh, just, you know what, nothing's set in concrete, you know? That's pretty much his comment with it.
Yeah, but he was caught off guard and was probably a bit honest about it too, you know, felt comfortable enough to fucking yap.
He did also say, because I think Crompton asked him, goes, so, well, if Blanchard offered you no contract to continue full-time, would you take it? He goes, oh, because, I mean, Hart sort of says yes, but, you know, I think he's 43 this year, so he's going to be, he's 44 this year, so I think he's going to be, I'm just going to find out now. I'm pretty sure he's going to be 45 next year.
Yeah.
So current age. Yeah, so he's gonna be 45 next year, and he's pretty much like, well, let me see where I'm at then.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, kind of weird to say, but the bloke looks good for 45.
Yeah, fucking oath.
Must be, you know, that living on the Gold Coast. So nothing set in concrete, but I feel pretty certain that he's not gonna roll that back. He's definitely gonna come back for co-drives.
Yeah, he'll be a good co-driver here and there. You know, pair up with a young fella and just guide them.
Him and Thomas Randall, possibly the funniest co-driver lineup we've seen for a while. They won't get anything done. Nothing will be achieved in that garage.
No, nothing at all. Nothing at all. They'll be like trying to talk data and they'll just, I don't know, compare dick sizes or something.
Yeah.
Just, they're silly little guys, really.
Do you want to take us through the Supercars Championship standings, mate?
I would love to. So, as we touched on earlier before, we got Chazzy fucking hunting down Will Brown in first, only 105 points down from Will Brown, and then we've got Brock Feeney down 153 points, and going to our Supercars teams championship, we got Triple Eight still pretty dominant up there. Sitting on top with Tickford 802 points down and WAU closing in on Tickford at 815.
Yeah, so I'll tell you through Formula 1. So Max Verstappen still leads. He won last year. Still leads the World Championship with 255 points. Lando Norris, all this argument over 7 points. So it could have been 83, but guess what? It's not. It's 76. That's probably bad maths, but that's not the point. Charles Leclerc still in third place with 103 points.
Yeah.
In the team championship, McLaren closing on Red Bulls 389 points. Now only down by 51. That's 2 Grand Prix. That's like a good Grand Prix weekend's 44 points. So
yeah.
And then I think Spa might be a sprint round too. So add to that. And Ferrari holds in P3 with 67 points. I think I might just quickly rattle off IndyCar while I'm here. Alex Palou still in the lead with 379. Will Power in second with 49 points behind. And Scott Dixon enters third, only 53 points behind the leader.
Well said, mate. And that will lead us into our look ahead with we've got the Belgium Grand Prix coming up, so that's held at Spa-Francorchamps, I believe is how it's.
Spa-Francorchamps.
I believe that's how it's said nowadays. So it's going to be a 44 lap duration. It's a fucking hell of a track. We'll see some. Was it Jules that passed away there? Is that right?
No. Antoine Hubert.
Yeah. We'll see a lot of tributes flowing in for them as we do every year.
F2 and F3 will be supporting them as well as I think I could be wrong here. I'm pretty sure F1 Academy might be there too.
I wouldn't be surprised. It's a good track to get everyone at, get experience in it in slower cars.
I went there. That was a horrible PR. I think it might have been 3 or 4 years ago when not F1 W series.
Yeah.
And they went. So everyone doesn't realize the context was the Porsche. It was a wet track, and the Porsches had just had one of the Porsche had a massive. Had done an engine up a Rouge, so dumped a heap of oil.
Yeah.
So sure enough, on the opening lap, just the entire field of W Series drivers hit it and slide straight into the wall.
Let alone it was washing around everywhere, wasn't it? Was it wet? I feel like it was wet, or was that?
It was wet, but it wasn't raining.
So it was just raining. Washed. Yeah, it was just fucking wet oil.
Yeah. So that literally
rubber.
The entire field slammed into the wall between Radium and a Rouge.
Yeah.
Which, just fucking horrible PR for that whole gender.
Absolutely.
Instagram comments were bad. I think that's about it, mate.
Yeah, so hopefully we have a good weekend of racing coming up. That'll be good. And after the Belgian Grand Prix as well, we go into our summer break for F1. So I believe that's about 4 weeks or 5 weeks of break.
4 weeks.
Yeah, 4 weeks. So, and you'll just get photos of fucking George Russell on a boat or some shit.
Yeah, or the typical cartoon. You know, they always do like that cartoon where they're like it's the entire grid, like on holiday or some shit.
Yep. So we get those classic posts.
Follow our page for the inevitable Sergio Perez to depart Red Bull Racing.
Liam Lawson to take his seat.
Yeah.
Hedge your bets.
Ricardo's back in the shout though.
Yeah.
They reckon Ricardo's the safe pair of hands.
Yeah, get Ricardo in. Yeah, just to bring him in for the rest of the season. If he does fucking well, maybe say, hey, one more year. What are your thoughts?
Don't hit walls in Q1. That's not a hard accomplishment.
No, so...
By my humble standings, me that failed in rent-a-carding.
Alright, well, we'll call it there. Thanks for listening if you've made it all this way. And we're out. Bye.